Welcome back, everyone, to the Minecraft Parkour Challenge for February 2020. This is day number 5, where we are building an elevated rail line. And so far, I have gotten a bit of a backbone down there, but not much else. So let's see how much I can get built today. Let's see, we have this, and so I have 1 stack of rails. Now, one of the things I want to know is, get out here quickly. All right, good. Oh, yes, I wanted to build that stairway here, but I wanted, well, yeah. Oh, for a moment there, I thought I was going to crunch my ankles or something, but apparently I managed not to do that. I figured make some ladders. I'll see if I can make an interior way of doing this later. But for now, oh, I was wondering what we got going on in there. Let's see. Let's see what he has to say. Not really anything that jumps at me. I mean, 2 emeralds for glowstone, but you know, why not? Why not? All right. I may regret that trade later, but I will hold on to that for now. And the other thing I'd like to do, actually, I could use that to mark the entrances, of course. So that could come in handy for that. But for now, I did say maybe I'll make a diamond shovel, so let's take care of that. Now, I can finally get around to finishing up this. And then I could lay my first track. And that could be the beginning of the thing. Now, while this is likely going to technically give me an elevated rail line once I have the track laid out, there is still the matter of making it look right, because an elevated rail line with no support between the 2 extremes is a little bit wonky, just say the least. So I do want to see how much support I can get on there along the way. I would think that there are certain intervals where it would be absolutely mandatory to have it. I don't think I have enough time to do it properly, so I have to go with at irregular intervals that looks like that if you squint and suspend your disbelief, you might be able to say, okay, this might be able to hold itself together in the real world if you're lucky and there are absolutely no faults in your area. You know, things like that. And the wind never gets too high. Oh, okay, I have another almost 2 stacks worth in there. But, okay, so now we have our 2 ends there. And soon, yeah, we'll definitely get this bit done today, which is good news. And even start on the rails. And that might actually give me a good measure as to how much I'm going to need rail-wise. Let's see. Let's start right here. All right, I'll just have at various intervals then put double torches on here to make sure that I don't have dark spots on either side. I will have to recompute that at some point to make sure that I don't have any spaces that are prone to spawning. I know if I made it only one line wide, I suspect that nothing spawns on rails, but I'm not going to take any chance to see that any tests done before are wrong or anything like that. Or said, oh, you didn't hear about that change for 1.15? Because that's happened sometimes where you think, oh yeah, this is how things happen. And, ooh, well, that's how it used to happen. And, let's see, plenty of torches at least. More than a stack now. So I don't think torches are going to be my limiting factor on finishing this up. I think it's going to be the iron, yes. And we are at, oh, okay, I still have plenty of time for a change. Good. I'll have to make more regular intervals and stuff like that. I could do that if I've got extra time at the end. I could try to make everything nice and regular and properly shaped, which is really a nice goal to have, but this is MHC, and in MHC, you usually don't have a good amount of time. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 64. Okay, that's one stack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. All right, we're at 9 when we get to that torch there, which I have to remember because somebody forgot one. Okay, it's a good thing I did go over all this just to be sure on that. 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42, okay, just in case I miscounted something, let's call that 48, which is 3/4 of a stack. So that's 7 sets then, which is 42 iron. 42 iron. All right, that's... Oh, here it is. So it's 42 iron. So how much iron do I have left? I have 4 iron. Now it's 42 iron in addition to the iron I had before. All right, that's 4 sets right there. Okay, good. That's 4 sets. Right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, that's only 3 sets. Okay, that's 3 sets. Oh, no, I do have enough for a 4th set. All right, there you go. 4 sets. That's the second stack, and that means I need only 18 more iron. So I am actually on track. And it looks like it's also going to be night. All right, well, that's a good time to come into here. Good. That's why I wanted to take another count there, because that means that I just need... Yeah, it's night now because I could hear him drinking his potions. Oh, that means that I need only 15 more iron. And I have 3 more nights, right? Because this is episode 5 right now. And of course I want to have everything done by the end of the day for the... Yeah. So I am actually at a good average right now. Good. But of course, I do know the tendency of day number 3 to be poor in the iron department. But at least now I'm finding optimistic that I can at least get the iron portion done. And I was very pessimistic of that earlier on. I figure let's just... And I'm not going to chase all of the coal. I don't know enough about the algorithms to know. Oofs. All right. Well, that is at least one thing I should do, is to be careful. All right. Let's not look at every nook and cranny. All right. Just in case something comes in and tries to suffocate me. Let's just go on. Get the iron. Now, I know that there's at least a little bit of iron in some of the caves that I saw in there, but I didn't have a pickaxe at the time I checked those. That might get me about maybe 3 or 4 iron. Yeah, let's say maybe 5. That might be 5 at most. So I can use a little bit more down here also. So if I get really close, I could then grab that stuff and I'll be all set. And actually be able to do the iron part. Now, it'd be nice to have some lanterns, but that's very much low on the priority list. Now, if things go really well, and I can get a roof on top of this thing, then I might be able to work at night. Because it work at night, because as long as the thing is lit and the mobs can't get up, of course, there is currently I have to find a way to keep the mobs from getting in, but that's something I will have to consider anyway, I guess, if they're going to commission me to build a rail line. If you're going to order a rail line, I suppose you're going to be wanting doors on either end to keep out the mobs. Now, there's this thing about zombies, because they also like to use doors. This looks like a typical odd night, meaning no, not as odd as unusual, but odd as in numbering wise. Oh, for a moment there I thought it was going to be another empty odd number night, but looks like fortune's changed right here. All right, let's see what we've got here. I've got 6 iron ore right over there. Good. And I think I said I needed 13 in all in order to reach my quota. And that's counting what I've already got here. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's go down into here. And see, we're not even halfway through the night yet. Yes, I'm optimistic that I can actually get enough iron for my rails. And I started this episode maybe not optimistic, maybe not completely pessimistic, but worried that it would be possible. And now, of course, that's assuming that the counting that I was doing earlier was on track and that I didn't make some gross error in that department. Which, when you're trying to count quickly on camera, yeah, it's probably not. Well, actually, I might even be within reach where the cave iron might be enough to push me over the top. Ooh. That would be good. It'll just barely be up because I did say that I was expecting no more than 5 from the cave iron. And that's assuming it's not protected by hordes of zombies or anything like that. Please, don't do that to me. I somehow have a tendency to mine the torches by accident when I'm going through here, which is probably not a good thing to do. But it happens. See if I keep an eye out just in case there's any iron about, because it'd be nice to have it all done at the end of this episode. Then we can go into episode number 6. Just worried about making the rails, placing them, and making the whole thing look pretty and believable, which is, to me, a part of any project. Or at least a reasonable bit of any project. And we want to make sure that we have stations on either end so that the villagers have a nice place to wait for it. I don't know how the... Oh, that's right. I also need enough to make a mine cart. Well, let's see. I'm the civil engineer building the place. I am not the card builder. Because let's face it, in a real world thing, you hire one group of people to build the stations, another to build the rail lines. Well, okay, when I say the station, I guess the rail line, part of the rail line that goes through the station, I guess we built by the one doing the rail line, but the interior to the station, all the shops and all that fun stuff, that's usually done by a different party. And various components, other components will also be done by another party. Now, let's see, I really don't want to be this far up at this point, but I might as well start this cooking. Good. And I might as well make a pickaxe here so I could grab the cave iron during the next episode. Good. And this little bit here is to not be too close to my exit. Oh, don't run so much. Running is bad in MHC. I'm forgetting that a lot this time around. So, all right, just waiting a little bit out here. I think the sun's starting to get up, so maybe mobs are not going to be spawning anymore. I figure get far enough away, it'll increase their chances of... things are starting to burn up by here. And it must mean it's getting pretty close to day 5. So I will see you next time, where we are going to resume our little trek through here and build some rails and connect them up, and which is what we're going to be seeing in the next episode of the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for February 2020.